To everybody, contingency planning. It's part of the planning process, but it's also one of the least used aspects of planning. Why is that? Why is contingency planning often overlooked? First, it's at the very end of the planning process, so it comes last. You usually devise the plan and the alternatives and the proposed solutions, then you implement it. The last step is evaluations. Part of evaluations is contingency planning. And after the excitement of the project is over, you want to move on. You want to do something different. You want to do a different project. Evaluations aren't the most exciting thing there is. So you move on without really evaluating whether the plan results in exactly as you expected it would. And so we need to do more of an evaluation, but just before the evaluation, we should have a contingency plan. Notice, I said before, typically, when and if you do review a plan, you do it after the plan has already been implemented and you see if it works. At that time, it's very difficult to make changes. It's difficult because you haven't planned these changes. Here's a segue about why plans don't implement or aren't implemented as expected. When we learn about theories in education, we learn about how things should operate, but we don't know how they're going to operate in a particular environment. The environment in Bulgaria is different than the environment in the United States. And so if you implement a theory in one country and try to do the same in another, it's not going to work out as expected. And the reason is because there's different cultures, processes, procedures, management practices. All of those affect how you implement a theory or a practice or a study or an experiment. Things are modified once they're implemented, and that's why you have to have a little bit of experience and training so that you can identify the type of environment you need to be aware of when you implement a plan, and then you need to make adjustments along the way. That's the marriage between education and experience. So you need to develop a contingency plan before you actually implement the plan. Once the plan's implemented, it may be very difficult, timely, costly to develop a contingency plan. You have to make decisions, as we say, on the fly or at the moment. You've really thought things through. So a good contingency plan is created well in advance. If A happens, we will do B. If B happens, we will do C. For instance, if we don't reach our financial goals as a result of these modifications, then we'll make an adjustment in advertising. We'll make an adjustment in staffing. All those actions are done before a plan is implemented so that you can, in some ways, take that reaction off the shelf and implement that as part of your contingency plan. Contingencies are important. It makes sure that you think through the problem, and it also makes you aware that things are often not implemented as expected. But with little modifications done early enough in the process, you can salvage a plan, if not make a plan much stronger. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the day.